Hello, everyone. My name is Gio Morales, your host of the Gold Squadron podcast, and we're coming to you live from round 2 of Space Jam Sydney, Australia. If you don't know what we're talking about, this event is being run in the time zone of Sydney, Australia. So me here in Chicago, right now it is 8:54 p.m., and I'm going to be up till like 4-ish a.m., something like that, maybe 5. I'll be fine, though. I've been up till like 8 a.m. every day for the last week, so I'm not worried, but I'm a little worried about my co-host for today, and his name is
Paul Olson, and I'm going to stick with you as long as I can. The over-under was 4.5. I'm going to try to make 5. We're gonna try to get there, and if I just get a little goofy, we might even stay up later. We'll see.
Should be good. So now we have all of the lists updated there on the side of the overlays. So if you haven't done it yet, you can go ahead and choose your champion. If you've never played Choose Your Champion, it's super easy. Just for watching GSP, you receive in the chat GSP points. You can check your balance by typing exclamation point points, and then you can bet those points against other players to battle for the top spot for supremacy, and also you can spend those on awesome on-screen animations that we've been creating here at Gold Squadron. They're super fun to trigger them, so we can we'll show you guys some in a little bit. In order to bet your points, type exclamation point bet, put a space, then type 1 or 2. Matthew is 1, Wouter is 2, and then you put another space, and then you put how many points you want to wager on the game. More points in the pot, more points get split up, more points of the pot you will get. So have some fun, guys, and let's go ahead and break down these lists, Paul.
Yeah, man. So we got Matthew Johnson up against Wouter Ouwehand, or Ouwehand. Sorry for mispronouncing that. Matthew, on the left side of your screen, Flying a Republic list. We got 3 Jedi, Obi, Mace, and Luminara, all with calibrated laser targeting. So they're getting that extra focus result when in bullseye. Obi, of course, after a friendly spends a focus token at range 0 to 2, spend a force, gain it back. Mace Windu, being able to recover force after executing red maneuvers. And then Luminara, which is kind of the sleeper in this list, but super deadly. When a friendly ship at range 0 to 2 defends, if it is not in the attacker's bullseye, you can spend a force. And if you do, change one crit to a hit, or 1 hit to a focus result. Probably going to be using the second half of that ability because of who the last ship is, which is Padme Amidala. Padme, of course, while an enemy ship's in your front firing arc defends or performs an attack, that ship can modify only 1 focus result. So if you rolled 1, and then all of a sudden you're changing that hit to a focus result from Lumi, Padme's saying, nope, can't spend that other one. It's super mean. And Padme has crack shot for extra meanness and fire control system to add a little punch. There's a lot going on with these Jedi. They can be very dangerous, but don't discount the other side of the board. We got the typical, I think we can call it now, the Rack Sloan swarm, where Rack, of course, when you're in that front bullseye, or whichever side you have reinforced, rather, when attacking, you change a focus result to a crit, so that's very mean. A lot of health with that Decimator, running Ruthless to be able to damage your own ties to get extra hits. Admiral Sloan, which hands out double stress if you're going to kill a ship at range 0 to 3. 000 handing out extra stress. I mean, this list is about as close to a control list as we have in 2.0. And Vader, of course, removing tokens or giving damage if you don't have any tokens either. I was saying earlier that this is a very thematic list. Vader is taking on those Jedi, his old master, and, well, his former love interest, Padme. So we'll see who takes the day. And then, of course, the 4 Academy pilots. I'm not sure which one is Carl. I'm sure that will be revealed to us as we play this game for sure. So really interesting matchup here. Excited to see who can take advantage of their list's strengths and who can exploit some of the weaknesses. Some initial analysis. I think if Matthew is able to really put the damage in on Rack early, that is how you beat a Rack Sloan Swarm. If you kill Rack, the list falls apart. If you try to kill those ties, you can be in trouble because all the rest of your ships are going to get mods with being able to roll when you're stressed. And also, that Vader is going to be pushing damage through if you are double stressed because you're not going to be having a green token that next turn. Conversely, if Wouter is able to say, I'm going to pick one target and get all guns on a target, be able to get some key blocks off, be able to take these targets down one at a time, that is how he gets ahead. And he needs to protect Rack, which he's doing. He has... how this engagement's going to play out. We'll see if Obi-Wan decides to skirt down the edge and try to do a little bit of a flanking. Right now, Matthew is kind of going for this almost mini joust, and I don't know if he's going to be able to out-joust this list, although Padme does have a pretty sick ability where you're saying, yeah, you're not going to be able to mod more than one focus result. So that's the initial analysis. That's 5 minutes into the game already. With a couple turns to spare.
All right, guys, we have to go on mute here for 1 minute. I'll be right back. And we're live again. Sorry about that, everybody. Looks like we got our first shots here.
First dice rolls of the game. Looks like Padme is going to get a shot. Hopefully remembers to roll those in the box. There we go. We had, I think, one instance where dice weren't rolled in the box and they had to cancel it last time. So looks like hit focus. And I think this was coming from Padme. Yep. So she's using that fire control system, being able to reroll one of those dice, getting 2 hits. That's a pretty good start. And the tie, rolling 2 focus results, but only able to mod one of those because of being in Padme's arc. So taking a damage early on red right away. Maybe they forgot that trigger. He spent both. He was only able to mod one of those.
Is it a must or a may? Where's Padme?
That ship can modify only one focus result. Other results can still be modified. So yeah, that doesn't say may. So I'm guessing that looks like a must to me. I don't know if we need to step in and stop this already, but there we go. So yeah, that red tie should be taking 1 damage there.
Yep.
There we go. All right, good. I'm sure the chat was exploding. I can't even see what you guys are typing, but we'll try to keep everybody honest here. All right. So it looks like the ties will be shooting back. No, this was Mace actually. Mace taking another shot into red. Nadian out, no problem.
Easy.
If Luminara, is that only one defending? Yeah, defending. So never mind. So Luminara really helps keep other ships alive more than pushes through damage. But again, with that Padme combo, we're already seeing that ability play out.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen the combo here, Luminara versus Padme, it can definitely be very strong. Put it that way.
All right, so here comes the Academy's back. Ooh, double blanks. Hate to see it. Heroic. Wait, wrong faction.
Wrong faction.
Matthew did a really good job of range controlling, saying, hey, I'm going to get these 2 shots under red to plink a damage. Keeping that range 3 with Padme. This next turn is really going to matter more.
And 2 hits.
There's the 2 hits. I don't think that Lumi's in range to use the ability.
It's obstructed, though. No, she's probably okay. Ooh. Spend evade, take a damage.
Never mind. Yeah. You have to spend the evade there. I mean, you had the focus there anyway, so even if Lumi changed that hit to a focus, you just spend the focus result.
Yep.
So that was probably the right decision to let that ride. Ooh, another tie getting a shot. Okay. Still got that focus, so yeah, just got to roll it. 3 dice. 1 of 8, another damage on Padme. Yep. And I think if you're Wouter, that's who you want to kill first, because Padme's really going to shut down your offensive mods the most.
Yep, so after that engagement, we definitely have 1 damage on the red TIE Fighter, and then Padme taking the shield early.
2 shields.
Two
Shields down.
shields. The shields are completely down on Padme, and not having Luminara in range there to use her ability in order to mitigate some of that damage.
Well, and she could still do that because it's while a friendly ship range 0 to 2 defends. So she could have used the ability there, but there was no point because 2 hits were rolled, and both ships already had focus tokens.
True.
So they just spend those focuses right away anyway. So smart to not use the force there for that ability. But man, unlucky that Padme took that 2 damage, because as good as these Jedi are at closing out games, Padme is really what gets you ahead on the damage race early. Rack's going to be in the fight this next round. I think Rack turns in here, probably on the right side of that gas cloud. Took a cheeky target lock on the gas cloud there. I don't think that'll actually matter at all. There's nothing that affects that now, so not in this list, but Matthew's got to be careful of getting too close to Rack. You get in that range 1 bubble, that's where the 000 starts to really affect you, so you get that calculator, take a stress, which you don't want to do. The good news for Matthew is that his Jedi typically aren't stressed with their abilities, so it's unlikely that those rerolls will just happen naturally, as opposed to like a Fang fighter, which really likes to use those linked actions. But if we look at what each player brought as far as obstacles, Wouter brought those debris fields, again, hopefully trigger that stress capability. With Matthew bringing those gas clouds, as there's very little downside to bringing those. I think this next turn's really going to be a big factor in this game. So Wouter deciding to go straight, thinking that, hey, maybe Matt is going to try to take Lumi outside this debris field to try to get some shots, but at the same time keeping arcs wide. I like that. I really like what Wouter's doing here, not committing all forces to one target, but saying, all right, I'm going to cover where you're going to end up. You're probably going to take shots here. Be interesting to see if Rack decides to go straight. I'm not sure if that fits in that debris cloud. I would imagine he's most likely going to do a bank maneuver. Yeah, Padme's like, all right, I'm out. I took 2 damage. Can't afford to take more. I'm going to hide behind this gas cloud, take my evade. Probably boosts, yeah. So there's the boost. Although I'm not sure if the 1 heart will fit next turn. So we'll see. Actually, never mind. What am I talking about? Naboo's don't even have the 1 heart.
They want it. They wish they had it.
Yeah, they do. They do. So I was thinking, I'm too often have seen Rick with Daredevil, and so I always am like, oh yeah, they've got the 1 heart. No, they don't.
All right, so we got a boost here from Luminara, getting out of Red's arc, but still going to be taking a range 1 shot from the yellow TIE Fighter.
Yep, and in bullseye of that academy, so not going to be able to use the ability either.
Nope, just focus, and did use fine-tune controls to get that boost.
Yep, so a lot of mods there, but unlikely Luminara is going to have a shot. Padme doesn't have a shot, so it's going to be up to the other 2 Jedi to see if they can pump some damage through.
3
so
bank.
Disengaging here with Mace.
I mean, is it disengage or is it I'm going for that Rack?
Yeah, you're right. It's getting around the mini swarm to say, all right, I know what my target needs to be, Rack. How do I get around these guys? Because yeah, if you just try to joust the TIE swarm, that could feel bad. So there is the 1 bank. My guess is Rack rotates his arc because Mace does not have any green tokens, which means Mace could just take an auto damage from Vader this round.
Auto damage seems good. All right, looks like we're getting that rotate. And yes.
And so you're not able to take advantage of that Rack reinforceability, but auto damage over changing a focus to a crit is better. Oh, we doing a 2 bank? Yep. Matthew saying, all right, I know what my target is. It needs to be Rack.
Yep. Probably just...
In a weird spot here, too, though. Thinking about the boost. You always see that hand hovering over the maneuver. That's one thing you don't get in in-person games. You can't read a player to determine what they're going to do. When they're hovering a mouse over a click, it's like, well, this is what they're considering. So fine-tune boost.
I keep my mouse over
focus.
the flip table button. That's what I do.
I hope you disengage that. I heard something happened.
Yeah, okay.
Time.
Well, here's the thing. When you promote somebody on the table, the permission to turn it off turns back on. So it does nothing.
Oof. Oof.
That's autosave, save us. That's essentially where we're at.
Yep.
And I have my computers set on 2 different timers for autosave.
That's amazing. Never again. So Vader trigger does happen to take a shield off of Mace, which could be a big deal because Mace is going to be having... Oh, and Mace takes a stress here. Wow. Okay. Well, instead of giving Calculate to Rack, that's going to allow Rack to change a hit to a crit with that BT1.
Yep.
Gunner.
It might have just been something missed there.
Maybe just didn't want to give the mod.
Well, I mean, with...
But I think Sloan, you can re-roll though too, can't you?
You can. It's enemy ship
Is
with
he gonna
the
miss that
stress.
Yeah, there you go.
It
There's
is.
the re-roll.
All right.
Okay, still nothing. So hit crit though. Yeah. So Mace could get a real nasty crit here. All right, should be safe. Spends the force or the focus. Or doesn't have a focus, never mind. Just spends the force. Safe there. But that was dangerous. Mace could have just died there easily.
And he's dead.
And that would be an initiative kill as well.
Yeah, it would have been.
Rack's at 5. Oh. All right, so a little bit of a gamble there by Matthew, but so far he's okay. Obi's turn to shoot. That Decimator getting the very rare defense dice. Blank focus. Hate to see it. I don't know if it's even worth spending it, because Rack just will get that auto evade if he rolls a blank. The gas cloud. Yep, just letting him ride. All right, so Mace will get at least a range 1 shot back into Rack. Ooh, is that range 2? It is range 1. Okay, that was close. So range 1,
got that
3
edge.
dice coming in with a target lock.
Here we go. Oh. Took a lock, though.
Okay.
He's got a lock. He's got a lock.
He did. Do you reroll all of them? I think you do.
Yes, absolutely.
And he does. Oh, my word.
Spend the force
the same
for 1.
result. That is 0 for 6, folks, for hits. That probability is very low. But he does decide to spend a force. So Mace is out of force right now to get 1 damage on Rack. Saying, I want to damage. You damaged me with Vader. I'm going to damage you back. But here come the academies. A lot of mods. So unlikely damage will be done, but you never know. And against these Jedi, you don't need to do much to make it hurt. Even sneaking 1 damage through can really hurt. So 2 hits coming in. Lumi has the focus. Thinking through, hey, am I going to get shot again, or am I out of arc? Do I want to spend the force? Do I want to spend the focus? Spends the focus. I think that's the right decision. Checking to see if red has a target. No target for red. And now it's brown and green's turn to shoot into Obi. These shots should both be obstructed with the gas cloud, so unlikely to do damage with Obi with the basically auto evade and focus tokens for Obi, but in fact, I'm trying to think. Obi could blank out, I guess. Yeah, if Obi rolls all blanks, he could sneak through a damage. So any paint, Obi's fine. Yep, safe. And then the second shot, this one will be range 2 as well. Gonna have to basically have 2 paint and Obi blank out to really do anything. 1 crit, so yeah, there's no way to do damage. And safe. All right, so that should be all shots. Now, did Matthew get enough positioning to start to do damage on Rack? And I don't love the positioning because all the academies can just K-turn here.
Yeah.
Start threatening again, and Rack will just be right behind him again.
The positioning on the TIE Fighters is fantastic because you have the green and brown right in the alley between the gas cloud and the debris. Red and yellow have plenty of space. 3K.
Red and yellow probably both do 3Ks. Yep. I don't know if brown fits a 3K there without hitting that debris. So that could be something to think about. Brown might do like a 1 hard, for example, and Rack could jump over the top. Yeah, I'd imagine that the Green Academy does a 3K. 3Ks from the red and yellow TIE Fighter. I still haven't determined which one's Carl. Maybe put a poll in the chat. Which tie is Carl?
So we have Rack is down one shield at this point. So honestly, it's a lot better than it could have been, especially sitting there with that 0 agility and and having a couple shots into there. Yeah, I'm curious to see where's Obi-Wan going to go this turn. I feel like he's in a weird spot.
Tough. Obi could do a sloop, I suppose, to get back in the fight, but I don't know if I love that positioning. I'm more concerned about where does Mace go. He's stressed right now. And the blues on those Jedi Starfighters are just okay. And Mace really wants to be doing red maneuvers to be able to get that force back.
Yeah. Like you wish the one bank on the Jedi were blue, and it's not. It's white. You got to do the 2 bank, and that's just a lot of times just a little too far.
Yep. And R4 can make that dial look a lot better.
It can,
but Matthew doesn't have R4 on him.
Nope.
You see R4 on Mace quite a bit just because he is wanting to take those red maneuvers quite often, keep that dial open. But Padme's in a weird spot too. I mean, she's not going to be able to flip around easily. All she has is really the Talon roll. So it's going to be probably 2 rounds before these Jedi and Padme get back into the fight. The good news for Matthew is that Wouter hasn't half-pointed anything rather. So it's still a tie ball game, but that could change very, very quickly. Wouter has done a really good job utilizing not only the ties to provide a wall of protection with Rack, but also using the natural obstacles to also protect Rack. And saying, okay, I'm going to make it difficult for these Jedi to really be able to just go anywhere.
Like, if you can utilize those gas clouds while flying Rack and just getting these free evades, the Decimator already 16 health is a lot to chew through, and every time one of those evades comes up, you're just digging yourself a deeper hole. All right, and here is exactly what we were talking about. We got those K turns. Looks like,
and there's the 1 hard. Yep.
Probably get the barrel roll just to get on the other side there. Or no, just focus. Like whatevs. I got the space.
I need that focus.
That's right.
Interesting. So not the 3K here. Doing a barrel roll. I'm curious where he thinks people are going to end up. Maybe trying to block a maneuver, set up the 1 hard the next turn for yellow. At this point, I think the game has gone in Wouter's favor, so maybe he's setting up. It doesn't feel like he needs to dogfight as much.
All right, there's Luminara coming around the bend here. I wonder if she tries to move forward, try to get range 1.
Man,
no, taking the target lock.
Taking the target lock. So I understand wanting to push through damage, but like Vader's gonna just own ya without a green token.
Yeah, you need that focus.
Maybe feels like he can take it. I don't know. That's an interesting choice.
Mace 1 turn to the left, going to stay stressed after the 1 hard.
Well, if you're going to be in Rack's arc, that's going to be half on Mace with the Vader trigger. Man, Mace is going to need at least 2 more rounds before he's shooting at things again. Rack just goes straight. That's fine. Sure, I'll take half points on Mace.
Yep.
Thank you kindly.
Bumps can use Dauntless title if he wants to.
Yep. It's a good call.
So for those of you who are not familiar with Dauntless, that is a title that goes on the Decimator. And it reads, after you partially execute a maneuver, so after you bump, you may perform one white action, treating it as red.
Which he did trigger, or did he bump at all there?
I mean, Obi-Wan landed.
No, he did. He bumped. I don't see the stress. Want to make sure that he actually takes that stress. But he did get the reinforced. Looks like he reinforced the front. Hopefully to probably get that mod when shooting at Luminara.
All right. We'll go and...
All right. So, yep. Getting the half points on Mace there with the Darth Vader trigger. There's the stress. Using the 000 trigger to hand out even more stress. This rack is just so mean. But I do like that we have a control piece in 2.0. I mean, we talk about the stress hound in 1.0. For those of you who aren't familiar with that, there was a way to basically double stress a target. If you had a ship that could shoot twice with a particular droid, you could stress yourself to give your opponent a stress as well. So you could just lock down targets with double stress. And this list operates very similarly. If you're able to hand out stress with 000, and if you kill an academy, getting 2 stress, and just being kind of locked down for actions. There are very few ships that can do actions with stress.
I think Mace just got that damage from Vader's
he did,
half
and that's
points.
half points. 24 points on the board for Wouter.
All right.
So first attack coming in. This is from Obi range 1. Or this is from Rack, I apologize.
Yep. And that's hit, crit.
Into Mace. This is going to be a crit going through on Mace.
Yep. After using the Force.
So could be dead here if it's a direct.
Mace is all out of Force. Fuel leak.
Fuel leak. Inconsequential with only 1 health left. So still alive, but Mace is at least out of the fight for 2 more rounds here to come back around.
Mm-hmm.
And really did nothing on his way out. I think he did 1 damage to Rack. Not a good trade for Matthew.
Obi-Wan will have a range 1 shot here. He's a CLT Obi-Wan, so it'll be 3 dice.
Yep, didn't have that bullseye lined up.
And whiffs there. I guess you can use a Force to do 1 damage. It's better than nothing. He is flanking right now, so the reinforced does
and
nothing.
Obi is full. So,
yeah,
I mean, that makes sense to do it because you're going to be regenning that Force anyway. Probably, I mean, you're getting shot at, but you've got a focus mod. Yeah, 1 damage to Rack. Plink.
Luminara does have bullseye on Rack here. So we'll add that focus result and roll 2 dice at range 2.
With a target lock.
Yep, so you're going to re-roll 2 dice.
Or spend both Force. So re-roll 1 dice. So it looks like... should have added a focus result.
Yeah, I mean, he had the 3 dice in there and just left it. It'd be 2.
So he rolled the top 2, got hit eyeball, didn't change it to a focus. He just rolled the 3rd dice there. I'm sure the players are talking through it. We can't necessarily hear their conversation, but whenever you see hands moving back and forth, usually the players are talking out what to do. And judges will get involved, I guess, if they need to, but if both players can figure it out, that's better for everybody. All right. So yeah, talking through what happened there. Okay, so yeah, so there's spending both Force. I see what happened. So he should have added a focus result. I'm sure that's what they're talking through instead of adding that. So he rolled hit, focus. He then, or hit focus rather, added the focus result and then just spent 2 Force to now have 3 hits. Did not spend the lock.
I swear he rolled the bottom 2 dice.
It'd be interesting. I mean, we can roll it back, but I was watching the dice tray. He rolled the top two dice, and the bottom dice he rolled into a blank. I think he accidentally rolled it instead of changing it to a focus.
So I think it should only
could be wrong. Well, he spent 2 force to change it to 3 hits. Rack took 2 damage because if he was reinforced. And I guess play on. It's up to you. I guess if you want to run that back. All right, so this is a range 1-shot into Obi-Wan from the Green Academy. Obi rolls 2 evades, safe. Probably should have gotten another dice there because I think that was obstructed. Oh, he could choose. I see. He could choose if it was obstructed or not. So never mind.
Yep. Choose your path. TIE fighters. Pew pew pews.
Yep. So obstructed shots from yellow into Obi and Mace. I think you shoot at Mace here because you do get a reroll from Sloan. And yep, choosing to shoot at Mace. I mean, it's 2 against 5, but I mean, you could easily kill Mace here.
See if you can just take a ship off the board.
So there's 1. Gonna reroll that dice with the Sloan ability.
Got 2.
And gets 2 hits. That's a good start. Mace is force starved, so he's got to roll at least 1 natural evade here and a blank to live.
Got it. He's got it.
Easy. Oh, it feels real bad when you don't have any type of focus mod and you're behind a gas cloud and you roll all focus.
Yeah. No.
No, it's the wrong kind of paint.
All right, another TIE fighter.
Green shooting here.
This has to go into Obi-Wan. Oh, no, sorry. It has Luminara.
Nope. Yep. Luminara range 3. Probably unlikely you're going to do damage here, but
2 hits.
Hey. Oh, 2 hits. There you go. Lumi doesn't have any force left either, so gonna need some natties. Oh, that's half points.
That's half points on Luminara already.
Ooh. Okay. Well, this fight just got harder for Matthew.
Another TIE fighter going into Luminara.
Yeah, Luminara could easily die here. Okay, so only 1 hit. Lumi won't die. But does take another damage. That's 2 Jedi and 1 health. So are we just basically seeing what happened when Vader went ham and decided to kill all the Jedi? Because I feel like that's what's happening.
All right, so
2 Jedi. He's about to kill Mace. Very thematic.
Yes.
I don't know if he killed Lumi, but also very thematic. And Obi-Wan and Darth Vader are about to have a showdown, apparently.
So let's talk a little bit about the approach for Matthew. I think he went in too aggressive. Sure. Way too aggressive.
I totally agree.
I know that Padme and Lumi kind of have a jousty-esque ability, but it's really more for the defense. It's the defensive abilities.
Yes.
So versus Rack and these 4 TIE fighters, what he should have done, been more patient, find the other way around and see if you can get an engagement where you have just Rack. You're shooting at the backside of Rack with all 4 of your ships, and you could deal with the TIE fighters as they came. But the problem is he ended up meeting them in a spot where he had to kind of move his ships in strange ways because of the obstacles. Also, the TIE fighters themselves served as obstacles, getting in the way and preventing actions. You let Darth Vader trigger, and that's why Matthew right now is down 0 to 47.
Yeah. Yep, and the previous round didn't think through taking a target lock instead of a focus to stop the Vader trigger and auto damage, and also didn't think through if I take a stress here, I'm giving a reroll to Rack as well, as opposed to a calculate, and changing a hit to a crit. I mean, there are a lot of things that I'm not sure if Matthew was thinking through the ramifications of it long term. And like, here's something interesting too, right? Like, so many players would be like, "Oh, well, I didn't joust." It's like, well, functionally you did.
Right.
Just because you didn't line up directly across the board didn't mean you didn't joust. And Matthew kind of jousted Wouter here in this game. And similar to, like, literally at round 1, we had the same thing happen where both players, again, didn't directly joust, but functionally they did.
Right.
And you saw the list that jousted better take that as opposed to coming around and flanking. I think another thing that Matthew could have done was taken Mace and use that as a flanker. Or even Obi for that matter, but Obi wants to be kind of close to friends. So if you keep Lumi, Padme, and Obi kind of together as one like block to say, all right, choose this target, and then Mace, and they're more defensive, and then Mace, who is a little squishier, come around and start trying to get some shots. And if you do flanking maneuvers, that's how you stay at range 3 of Rack. If you get in too close to that range 1 to 2, you're going to take auto damage from Vader or lose tokens.
Oh, yeah.
If you're able to stay at range 3 of Rack, that's how you kill him. It's hard to do, but that is how you kill him.
All right, we got a roll here.
So it looks like that TIE Fighter went for the 4K, didn't get it,
and is
so got
strained now.
stressed. And why did he re-roll the crit? Did he go through debris?
Loose stabilizer.
Oh, he landed on debris.
Oh, at the end there.
No. He did a 4K, got strained, got stressed because he landed on a debris, and rolled a crit. That is literally like as bad as that move could have been for him. Oh my word. And then got a loose stabilizer, so he's got to go straight next turn or take a damage. Wow. Okay. I'm guessing Wouter thought that 4K would fit.
Yeah.
Probably thought he was going to go over the gas cloud, go over the debris, but that is not great for that TIE Fighter.
Instead ends up signing up for essentially half points next turn.
Oh my word.
on that TIE Fighter.
Like all bad things happened. I'll do the 4K. Well, I bumped. Shoot. Well, at least maybe I won't roll a strain. Nope, I get the strain. Well, at least I won't take the crit. Nope, take a crit. I just... Ugh. All right, so Padme does the 3 hard. Boost to maybe get an arc. Already has a target lock on red. Yeah, boost to get a better arc. I know that's a riskier play rather than just focusing, but at this point, Matthew needs to start doing some damage with only 38 minutes left. Mace banks away to get rid of that stress. And I'm guessing boosts out of there, yep. Doesn't fine-tune control. So should be okay unless Rack does like a 3 hard towards Mace. But unlikely because Rack is stressed.
And Luminara bumps there. That's a dead Luminara.
Yep, because
Vader.
Rack will just Vader.
Yep.
Well, death sentence for Luminara. That's the thing, like, knife fighting with such fragile ships when you've got Vader that's producing auto damage just isn't going to go well. And I'm not sure what Obi-Wan's doing, but reinforcing the back there with Rack, I like that. That's smart. Again, taking advantage of that Dauntless title. Where does Obi go here? 1 hard, that's going to bump. Yeah. So, I mean, you could Vader. Yeah, not even a question. Vader Lumi.
Yep,
Kill
just
ship.
get it off the board before it even gets to shoot.
Yep. I was thinking maybe you Vader Obi because you're going to get a range 1 shot into Lumi anyway. But that's probably getting a little greedy. And you still do have a shot at Mace, and it looks like that's going to be unobstructed based on the angle too. Ugh, not going well for Matthew here. It's interesting too, right? Like, if you've been watching Gold Squadron for the past Space Jams, you've probably seen this list. This list made it to what was it? The quarterfinals against Will? Yeah. And I think it was this exact same list. It's very good. Once you see what you need to do, how to keep range on Rack, it gets a little easier. It's not an auto thing, but Will tore this list apart.
He did.
With 3 Imperials, and he did it by saying, I'm going to make you pick 3 targets. He didn't fly them all in formation. He said, here are 3 different points. You choose, and you got to guess right. And my other ships are going to penalize you for not focusing on them. And he slowly but surely tore Rack down while just running away with the ship that was turned in on by the TIE Swarm, and pretty easily won that game. And if you see, so here you go. If you're taking notes, if you see this Rack mini swarm across the table from you, make them choose a target. Try to stay at range 3 while burning down Rack so that you're not getting that Vader trigger, and just slowly but surely kill Rack first. Easier said than done, obviously, but you are witnessing what not to do.
Yeah.
Which is joust it.
And here we go. Rack from downtown hit crit. On to Mace. Mace does have a force available, and will have to spend it to stay alive.
Yep, and not taking any more shots this round. But you're taking away that force pool. So that is still a win for Wouter, because that's one less mod Mace will have the next round. So Padme, most likely shooting at Rack. Matthew's been pretty consistent, and I think that's the right decision. I mean, you have to kill Rack first. You can tell that's what Matthew wanted to do, but just didn't plan the approach as well as he could have. Kind of coming directly at those TIE fighters.
And one hit.
All right. 1 damage into Rack.
The shield.
So Rack does have that reinforce.
Finally down into the hole.
Yay! Doing damage to Rack. But still 0 points for Matthew. And with Luminara dead, that's all the shots. Because I don't think Obi had a target. No. Would have shot before Padme anyway. So range 1 into Obi from the yellow TIE fighter. Hit crit. That does not feel good for Obi. He does have a lot of force right now, but
just throw natties. Yeah. Just roll natties. Natties in the chat.
Oh man, but if he blanks out there, like, that's half points with a crit coming through. I mean, that ugh. All right, so green shooting at Padme, who does have an evade. This is range 3, so 2 against 3. Padme not stressed, so no mods there.
1 hit.
1 hit. Got the evade, taking no other shots, so this won't hit.
And safe.
Yep. Yeah, red I think was out of range anyway, so with that evade token, not going to take any damage there. But yeah, Wouter continuing to put the pain on these Jedi. Matthew desperately trying to kill Rack before it's too late.
Before it's too late. Yeah, well, one of the does red have a shot here? Okay, let's wait for this.
Yeah,
first.
red does onto Obi. Yep.
2 coming in.
Looks like it's unobstructed.
And spend the focus for hit crit.
Yeah, that's all right. Obi, can he do it again?
He's still got 3 force available. He's probably
Does he have the high ground? That's the question.
He does.
He does have the high ground. Spending 1 force, but that's fine because he'll regen it back. Padme did have a bullseye, but yeah, interesting. So this question comes up sometimes.
Yep.
So Rack did have a reinforce there, and if Padme had rolled 2 hits, that reinforce cannot be crack shotted. So even though she did have the bullseye lined up there, it doesn't add an evade result. It just cancels damage, whereas crack shot removes the evade result specifically. Yeah, so Matthew, I mean, as much as it stinks, he's got to keep trying to put the damage in on Rack here, because if you just try to kill the academies, that's a losing battle. But those academies are just bullying Padme and the Jedi right now. Mace is finally in a good flanking maneuver. This is what he should have been doing from the get-go, right?
That's right. He's in a spot right now. Though Rack most likely is going to... I mean, if I'm flying Rack right now, I'm 3-harding between the cloud and the debris, and then...
So Rack is rotating. Stressed right now, though. So he wouldn't be able to rotate if he did the 3-hard.
You're right. Then I just 1 forward, purposeful bump, and stay there.
Yep.
Maybe with a dauntless.
1 forward or 1 bank, one or the other.
A tactical bump, like we like to say.
Yeah. Yep. Tactical bump. What he doesn't want to do is accidentally get past those ties and end on that debris. Dauntless is one of those corner cases where you actually want to bump, as opposed to being able to clear and hit something with stress. So just a different way of thinking about the game. But I love that. I love that there are elements of the game that are different enough that make you think a little backwards than you normally would with like your standard, hey, I'm flying 5 X-Wings.
Right.
Not there's anything wrong with that.
No, yeah, it's okay to have squad symmetry. Go ahead.
What was your first 2.0 list that you flew?
A Sloan Swarm with Lieutenant Psy in the shuttle carrying Sloan. And then I had the all-initiative 1 Reaper, TIE Interceptor, TIE Bomber with barrage rockets. I think that one's initiative 2. And a TIE Striker.
Very nice.
It was awesome. It was super fun.
Yeah, that does sound fun.
Yeah, I think
mine was also an Imperial list, and it was Vader with Howl, Iden, and 2 academies.
Nice. Vader gonna get wrecked.
And I was like, yeah.
No. Iden says no.
That's exactly right. Oh, Iden's so good. It's such a good ability. But we don't see Iden on the table. We see a bunch of academies. So, okay. By ruling out certain TIE pilots, shall we say, I don't think Brown is Carl the TIE pilot based on his last maneuver and all the bad things happening to him. I think Yellow's done decent damage. So I think it might be Yellow. I think Yellow's my pick for Carl.
All right. It has been decided.
All right, so Red taking a focus there. Padme does have a lock on Red.
Hit the debris again.
Oh, no.
He could die, right?
Another stress. He's triple stressed right now.
Takes another damage. If he rolls a crit, he's dead.
Yeah. Yeah, took another damage.
And he's safe.
Just a hit. Safe.
He's like 12%. No.
So he knows that Sloan is good for your opponent being stressed, not your own ships being stressed, right? Like the 3 stress there isn't helping you.
No bonuses. No bonuses.
All right, so Padme tries to do a 3 straight, but is blocked by Yellow and Rack.
No evade and Mace.
No evade. That's a big deal.
Coming into that flanking maneuver now.
Yep. And that 1 hard, that's a great thing to do because you're keeping that distance, being able to get those shots off on Rack, which needed to happen earlier. And it looks like he might have the bullseye lined up here too.
Oh.
On Rack.
Yep, he did take the
Rack
focus.
does the 1 bank. Does Rack have arc there right now on Padme?
I think it's a little wide. Oh, on Padme.
Because Padme doesn't have any green tokens, so that's who you Vader this turn to get half points on Padme.
Right. Yes, the answer is yes. I will go ahead and, for the people at home, switch to the local cam, and you guys can see right there that is clearly in the arc.
So yeah, there's another instance of Vader doing some work. So Obi does a red maneuver here, gets stressed, which means if anyone's shooting at Obi, they're getting rerolls, and you could even Vader Obi here too.
Start doing the damage over there.
So deciding who to Vader.
Decisions.
I think I go for Padme because
both at range 2. Yeah, agreed. Padme. Because Padme.
Oh, he does Obi. Okay. I mean, sure. Obi might be harder to hit, so feeling like auto damage. Auto damage is auto damage, right?
Yep. Especially he has another shot in there, so he might get half points anyway onto Obi-Wan. Might just be opportunity here to actually do something.
Yep. Yeah, Rack could actually get some half points on Obi by shooting at Obi. A lot of mods against Obi. You got that reroll. You got that focus into a crit. You got that
Here's the roll.
Hit to a crit.
3 hits.
That's a lot of damage.
3 hits.
One's a crit. Thanks to BT. Oh, out of the box. Hate to see it. What? Cloaking now in the box. Panic. Everyone's panicking. So, all right, at least 1 damage going through on Obi.
Wait. Do we reroll? Yes.
You reroll the 2 that are out of the box. Yep. I know it feels bad because those are paint, but...
Yeah.
So that's going to be hit crit into Obi. Obi could die here if this is a direct. Damaged engine. Not great for Jedi.
Nope. Damage engine, increasing the difficulty of those turn maneuvers.
Matthew, My heart goes out to you, buddy. 96-0 right now. I mean, well, no, it's not 0 because they're 2 damage now on Academy Brown because he damaged himself. That loose stabilizer got cleared.
Mm-hmm.
So 96-11. Good. No tabling. That's always like your first goal going to a match, like even more than winning. Just don't get tabled because it feels bad. So getting 1 damage onto Rack there. Spending a force. Still not half points on Rack though. I don't think.
Here is Padme trying to do something here.
I mean, you got the lock on red, but I think you shoot at Rack. I mean, your win condition is killing Rack.
Yep.
I understand there are 24 minutes left, but if you don't kill Rack, you don't win. So
it is that. Put it on a poster. That is correct. And nope, not gonna happen.
Ugh. Nerfing. All right.
TIE fighters coming
And
back
here
at
come
Padme.
shots. Yep. There'll be 1 tie into Padme, and I'm guessing green shoots at Obi just because you get the reroll and could potentially kill him.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll be dependent on if it pushes damage through on Padme here. Oh, that's the way to do it. That's 2.
It.
Whew.
Taking
All right,
1.
Padme gets 1, but that is half points on Padme now. Jeez, can this mountain get any steeper for Matt to climb up now?
Climbing.
I mean, Rack is 111 points, to be fair. That's a lot. So if somehow Matt is able to take 0 more damage and kills Rack, he is ahead by 2 points.
That's right. It keeps him in the game.
So, I mean, as dire as this looks, he's not out of it.
2 crits.
2 crits. Well,
Eehole.
Rack will stop 1 of those with a reinforce.
Yep. So
But,
reinforce kicks in right there.
Yep, but 1 crit coming through.
Hull breach would be a nice one.
Damage sensor ray.
Okay, so damage sensor ray says you can only perform focus actions. That could be relevant because that means that there's no reinforce, at least not until that card is flipped. Could, of course, use Dauntless to flip that, though.
Yes, that's true. But this next turn, I think, is when Matthew needs to take advantage of that, knowing that Rack won't be reinforced.
All right, so he's split against fire here, and he is going into Obi-Wan. You get the reroll from Rack now.
Yep, and that's why.
That's 2.
Exactly. Get those 2 hits. That mod, that reroll mod's so big.
Oh,
and Obi had the high ground, folks.
That's what he does.
That's right. But Obi is in a weird spot because he's stressed with not a lot of good outs. If anything, I think Obi does a 1 bank towards the Brown Academy pilot to try to kill it because it'll be out of range of the Sloan ability. Most likely this next turn. And it's still strained, by the way.
Yeah.
So if Obi can pick that off and kill something, I think that's what you do. Because let's say, all right, so if you look at Mace and Obi and Padme only has 2 agility compared to Mace and Obi. So you could just natty out with Obi and Mace the rest of the game and be fine. Padme is harder to do with 2 defense dice. So if you lose Padme, that is 24 more points that you've given up. So you're going to have to kill another Academy or kill Brown and half another one, plus kill Rack. I understand, like, we're grasping at straws as far as win conditions, but you always have to keep those in mind.
People in the chat talking about how the fact that this tournament is being played upside down as we are, quote-unquote, in Australia.
Oh, that's really funny. I like that. I like that a lot. Those Australians, they know how to play some X-Wing.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Do we have any big X-Wing names from Australia? that you want to tout?
I believe, so Octa Khan, he's been destroying in the other Space Jam events. He's, of course, playing in his home one. And I believe both of the, at least one of the Foss brothers is here, for sure.
In the interest of self-shaming, the first time I saw Octa Khan's name, I said... It was on stream, and I was like, "Oh, they're using a nickname. What's his real name?" and I was correct. They're like, "No, that is his real name." I'm like, "What? What do you mean that's his real name? That's amazing! Like that is just a BA name. I love it so much. Like, see my name in fear."
That's right.
Well, very cool. Hopefully, able to see some of those guys play a little later.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so that looks like a 4K from Red. So taking the stress there, but good positioning, keeping a wide firing arc, threatening Padme, threatening Obi. I like that maneuver. Going for potentially a block here with yellow. Taking the evade, expecting not to get a shot, most likely. So just some solid decisions by Wouter here.
Lebo24 in the chat is pointing out something. Maybe one of the reasons we're having such cold dice is that it is winter in Australia.
That's very true. Hey, Brown Academy, don't care. 3 stress, keep that strain. It's fine. It's fine.
Shoot me.
I have 1 health. Maybe Brown is Carl. Maybe he's playing the long game. He's just saying, ignore me, kill all my friends, and then I will come in with all my stress. I'm not a threat, and then just natty out. Oh, Padme getting that 3 bank to clear. That's a big deal. Getting that free evade, getting a focus token, putting an arc most likely on rack. And see, this is what Mate should have been doing all game. Keeping range 3, nice little flank position going on. Just plink, plink, plink away from rack.
Plinking away.
So rack does the 2 hard here.
To the left. Okay.
And clears the damage sensor array.
3 hard.
Yes, 3 hard. Maybe trying to look to get the kill on Obi if he'd gotten a block.
That, or just getting a little bit extra room away from Mace.
Yeah. So if you're Obi here, you might consider boosting if you think that clears, just to get away from the Vader charge here, so you don't insta-die. I mean, you have to take a focus here.
Yeah.
To not die if you're just going to stay put. And Obi's ability reads spends a focus token. What does Vader read? I'm curious about this interaction. AKA could Obi spend a force to get it back?
Vader reads...
it has to remove, so it's not,
removes,
sorry, go ahead.
Not the same.
So it's not the same. Yep. Okay, so he does do that boost and then gets the focus to make sure that he doesn't get Vader killed. That does mean that Obi's not going to have a shot now. I imagine that Vader does the...
That brown TIE Fighter's licking his chops, though.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. This is Carl. I was wrong. I'm a fool.
Vader into
Carl
Padme.
The one you least expect.
Got rid of the evade.
So, yep. So, and that should have been Matthew's decision for which green token to remove, correct? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So Matthew choosing to lose the evade there must just be saying, you know what, Padme may not be around for this world, so I want to make sure that I am getting damage as much as I can before dying. So it looks like Rack shooting into Padme here. 2 hits. That should ride because there are no other mods. Oh, Ruthless.
There it is. There it is.
Oh, what a beautiful play with Ruthless.
That's what the TIE Fighters are there for.
That's right. 3 damage. Well, I mean, Padme's going to need to roll 2 paint here.
Go. Natty's baby. Still takes 1,
That's
though.
why she spent the evade. She knew.
And
she knew that Anakin didn't have it in him.
You're going to a place I cannot
Anakin's
follow.
going to let an Academy do it. So here's what's going to happen. An Academy is going to kill Padme, And then Rack is going to ruthless that Academy to die.
Yep.
Oh, and Rack's just out of range for Mace.
But at least he'll have a shot on yellow.
Which isn't necessarily bad, because if he kills yellow here, he's not going to get double stress because he's out of range for Sloan, correct? Or is it, no, I'm reading that wrong.
It still works.
Nope. Ugh, never mind.
Yep.
Never mind.
The ship friendly to Sloan needs to be within range 3 of Sloan.
Yep. You're absolutely right.
Can be up to range 6 away.
So no damage from Matthew to Wouter this round. Ugh, that's rough.
1 hit.
So this was Padme. Oh, okay. So Padme did get a damage into Rack, choosing to spend that focus to at least do something to Rack. So that's 8. So that is finally half points on Rack.
Yes. Finally down to 8 hull. 8 out of 16.
Yep.
And here we go.
Chipping away.
TIE fighters, you got 3 shots going into Obi-Wan Kenobi here.
Yeah.
I don't know how he lives.
I don't know how he lives either. Well,
I mean, I guess roll like garbage helps.
1 hit. Okay. I mean, that is average though, right?
Yeah.
Hit, focus, blank.
Oh yeah.
So
safe.
And that's above average for Obi. So safe there. So he survived 1 shot. Here is
another
most like. I mean, you could kill. Do you shoot at Padme though? She has no mods. Obi has lots of mods.
True. I mean, I guess yeah. Oh well, it's versus 2. Yes, you go at
2v2
Padme.
or 2v3. I think you shoot at Padme. Here. Yep.
Padme.
Thinking through his options. He's looking at the different ships.
Man,
I mean, it comes to a point where as your Wouter, you're just like, all right, I've got the lead. How do I not mess this up?
Yep, and he is going to be going into Padme.
Yep, I think that's the right choice. And
1 crit.
Okay, gonna need some paint. I predicted this. I predicted this tie was gonna kill Padme, and then Vader's gonna ruthless kill the tie.
And gone.
Oh, no.
Padme.
Oh, you made Vader angry. I wouldn't want to be that red TIE fighter right now.
You about to go.
Padme's off the board. Ugh. Man. Okay.
So 1 hull Mace and 1 hull Obi-Wan left for Matthew. At this point, you're just trying to get as many points as you can. Well, let's see if Obi-Wan survives this last range 1 shot.
With 12 minutes left, there's no way that you're going to kill Rack.
2 hits.
Here's Carl. Carl shooting at Obi.
Got him.
Oh, and Obi!
Got him. Got him.
It is Carl. Brown is Carl. You heard it here first, folks. Oh.
Spends
Vader
the force
having
on the
his
way
ties
out.
do his dirty work for him.
Mace has got this. He's got this.
Yeah, you can do it, Mace.
It's Vapod time. Let's go.
Yeah. It didn't turn out super great for Mace against Anakin the last time.
He's learning from his mistakes.
He learned, do not get your arm chopped off and then get thrown out of a building.
Oh man. You know,
life lessons here, folks.
Thematic, but not necessarily on topic here. I just finished listening through while I was doing the construction work on the apartment downstairs. I just finished listening through the episode 3 audiobook. It is, I think, out of all of the audiobooks that I've listened for the movies, it is the best one.
Yeah.
It has so much more detail, and you get in a lot into Mace Windu's like thought process. And yeah man, he just too cocky. Too cocky.
I am not shocked to hear that book is good, and it's been on my list for books to read. I mean, Revenge of the Sith is by far my favorite of the prequel trilogy. And I mean, just for a lot of reasons. And yes, there's some cringe-worthy moments, but like overall, like that's when it all goes down, man. Yeah. And like, yeah, I mean, oh, so good. So yeah, I'll have to check that out. That sounds
highly
You're
recommended.
seeing commission on that, right?
Say that again.
You're seeing commission on that recommendation, right?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Wait, this is where I put in my Audible sponsorship, right?
Right. Exactly.
Audible, let's go.
That'd be pretty cool, man. Gold Squadron podcast brought to you by audible.com.
There you
yes,
go.
please. How do we get on that? Do it. Yeah, so, I mean, at this point, if you're Matthew, I think you're not going to kill Rack with 10 minutes left. Just, there's no way with the reinforces that he's got with 8 health left. So, as much as it stinks, I mean, Mace is probably going to be taken out at some point in this game. So you just try to chip away at those academies to try to get points. I understand you get double stressed, but if you're in a longer tournament, that MOV can be important. Case in point, this individual liked this shout out. At my first 2.0 hyperspace qualifier ever, I made the cut by 1 MOV and knocked out Tim Dugan.
Oh, the Dukes.
So I think I was 8th and he was 9th, and it was by 1 MOV. Oh, he was so livid.
Finally getting rid of that strain and stress there.
Yes, Carl. Okay, I'm going to make a prediction. I think Carl's going to take out Mace here.
I can do it, guys.
Yeah. Double stress, don't care. Don't care.
No mods? That's fine.
No mods. That's fine. I'm going to roll 2 hits. Mace is going to blank out because I am Carl. You just thought I was a bad pilot when I missed my 4K, landed on the debris, took a crit, and a strain.
Calculated.
Oh, Mace is like, I see you, though. All right.
All right, there's a turn in from Rack. That means if the Vader trigger is on, which would get rid of that focus token, Mace is sitting at 2 force right now.
And most likely Rack's going to be getting a calculate too, because I doubt Mace wants to take a stress here.
Yep. So there's the call right there. You see the tap on there. A couple of triggers happening. Like you said, 000
yep, so
and
the Vader
Darth
trigger,
Vader.
remove the focus. And maybe, and yeah, given the calculate. Yep. Oh, wrong arc. That sometimes happens.
There we go. Yeah, range
All
1.
right, range 1. So this is actually where it gets thematic, where Vader ship just straight up kills Mace. I did say it was Carl, but
all right, 3 hits.
Oof, gonna need all paint here, and one of them's got to be an evade.
And there was a ruthless trigger to get the 4th hit.
Oh well, never mind. That's game. Who did he ruthless? Was it Brown? Was it Carl?
No, I think it was red.
No, it wasn't. It was green. I think it was green. Yeah, green hadn't taken any damage yet. That's the game.